Okay, guys, so it was just brought to my attention that I did the wrong problem for you. I did not do problem 19. I did, or 20, I did problem 19. So I'm looking at 20 right now. I'm showing you this so that I have some verification that I am doing the correct one. And I have 2 times x minus 1 from 1 to 2. And I think a lot of you, your question was really the algebra. So that's why I wanted to go through this. So let's look at this same problem. F of x equals 2 times x minus 1, and x must be between 1 and 2. So those of you who had asked me about the quadratic formula, now I understand why you were asking me about the quadratic formula, because this guy will involve the quadratic formula. So remember, I want to find an m so that when I take this integral, this definite integral, it equals 1/2. So let's go ahead and just take the antiderivative. I'm just going to really quick, I'm going to put the 2 through. I think it'll be a little easier. I could, use the chain rule, or excuse me, substitution and take the antiderivative, but I think this will be a little bit easier. So I get x squared minus 2x evaluated from 1 to m. And let's plug in the m, and let's see if I can actually answer the question that you guys had originally, instead of number 19. So, all right, so I plugged the m in, I got m squared minus 2m. Plugged in the 1, I get 1 minus 2. And so what do we get here? And it's early, and I've not had coffee again. That's my excuse a lot, but I think I get plus 1. Okay, so that's the easy part, right? As in calculus, so many things that involve actual calculus are easy, and those things that involve algebra are hard. So I got to solve this sucker right here. The thing is, I don't want to deal with the 1/2. So what I'm going to do is a method that we call clearing fractions. So I'm going to multiply everything by 2. Okay, so if I multiply everything by 2, what that does for me is it gets rid of that 1/2. And now I might be able to use, quadratic formula or something like that. So I get 2m squared minus 4m plus 2 equals 1. And now remember, to solve a quadratic, we need to set everything equal to 0. So I have 2m squared minus 4m plus 1 equals 0. And what I would do here is I would try and factor it, but it's not going to factor. You could try, but I'm not going to be able to find, numbers that are able to give me what I need here. So remember the quadratic formula. M equals opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And now we're going to have to kind of come up here. So what is my b? My b is a -4. So the opposite of -4 is 4, plus or minus the square root of -4 squared is a positive 16. 4 times a is 2 and c is 1, all over 2 times a, which is 2. So remember your a, b's, and c's. Whoops, my battery's running low, so I better finish this up quick. My a, b's, and c's, this is a, this is b, and this is c. All right, and so when we simplify this, we're going to get our m. I hope my lecture for number 19 helped you kind of think about 20, but I know a lot of you had a question about the actual quadratic formula. Here I get 16 minus 8, so I get the square root of 8 all over 4. If we want to simplify this a little bit, we can. Remember, I can take out a square root here. I can take out a square root of 4. And then if I wanted to, I could divide everything by 2. Top and bottom, you have to divide everything by 2. And we get 2 plus or minus the square root of 2 over 2. You may not cancel these 2's because this 2 right here is also dividing the square root of 2. And then I'll let you take it from here. So you can put this into your calculator. You have 2 possible answers for m. You have 2 plus root 2 over 2. That's how you need to put it in your calculator with the parentheses. Or you have 2 minus the square root of 2 all over 2, and you can put that into your calculator. Then what your answer is going to be, remember, is a number that should be between 1 and 2. So I hope that helps. I think a lot of you understood what the actual process was. It was just the quadratic formula, which if you haven't seen it in a while, I totally understand. It's tough to see. And this is the key step right here, was to get rid of that 1/2. Don't try and do the quadratic formula with fractions. It's just too complicated. So what I can do is get rid of that 1/2 by multiplying everything by 2. Okay. That was really number 20. I hope that helps. Thank you very much to the student who brought that to my attention, that that was not number 20. You know, everyone makes mistakes, I suppose. And let me know if you have any questions, and have fun.